All right, sports fans, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge once again. Tonight we have the Falcons and the Miami Dolphins, and I have a special for you guys tonight. We also have my 53-man roster prediction. So stay tuned. All right, here we are, Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins. So once again, thank you so much for guys joining in. And those that haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and we actually ready for some football, some action tonight. So hope you guys are having a lovely Friday. The weekend is here, so but the game is about to start. So I just came a little bit late. I just came from work. So welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, I'm checking for my where are you? My chat on? Guess not. My chat is not on. Hey, Kosa, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in, buddy. Let's see if we see some starters today, man. I really do want to see some starters today. Because if I don't, I'm not gonna like what I want to see tonight. So, but I do have my 53-man roster, guys. I do have my 53-man roster. Give me a second. I'm checking on something, guys. Hey, Holiday, how you doing? All right, let me get in here for a second. You guys could be ahead of me tonight, close up in the game. Yeah, fins up, baby, fins up. All right, let me get here. How's everybody doing, by the way? ¿Cómo estás, Aladín? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just checking something because the weather is kind of bad down here. We have a storm here today, so I just hope my Wi-Fi doesn't go nowhere, nowhere tonight. So, all right, let me get here. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Getting ready for some doctor's appointment. You know how that is, buddy. Getting ready for the season. I do have my rosters set. Uh, I did it earlier today. I mean, I'll give you a little hint on my roster right here, right now. Give me a second, and here's my quarterback. Um, I know that probably Quinn Ewers might not be in this roster, but I think if you look at this team, that's the only quarterback that had more experience in the roster than what we have. So that is my quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver. So I know Tutu Outwell got traded, and I like that running back that we got, that Jarquez Hunter. So saw his video. He looks pretty good, guys. Uh, that's a guy that might probably make the team and be a backup for A Chain. I like his strength, his speed. He opened up the holes. I saw some videos today, and I hope I can show you guys video. But I think he's gonna be fine. So tell me who you like. I mean, this is from my standpoint, the quarterback. What I like for the Dolphins to that's only the quarterback. I have more surprises for you guys, by the way. I got my whole entire roster. Well, let me get this for a second. Oh man, but I am here, guys. Here it is, preseason football. Hey, Tua back home, by the way. What does that mean? I don't know, but he's back home. So you have the 1-1 Atlanta Falcons against the 0-2 Miami Dolphins. But like I said, I don't care about the records when it comes to preseason, guys. I just want to see the evaluation to see these players come up and do something. Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you so much. So waiting for this game to actually kick off. So like I said, you guys probably be ahead of me. I'm probably behind you guys. All right, here we go. Let me get into here for a second. Miami always look beautiful. You online. That is so true. That is so true. Right. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? God. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Give me a second. So I guess Quinn Ewer's not playing tonight, so it's going to be Cam Miller. Here we go again. So no starters are playing tonight. Oh, here we go again. No starters, guys. No starters. Yeah, I still go to the game. Once I get a chance, I'll go to the game. I told my wife this year I am going to a game. Hopefully, close. So hopefully, hopefully I could go this year. That's my plan. I told my wife I've been in Florida for a long time, so I want to go down there and see the Dolphins play. It's going to be a good season. We don't know, Kosa. Hopefully, we will, man. Hopefully, but I do have my 53-man roster, and I show you through the game. I mean, not through the game, as the play-by-play. So let me see here. Let me see if this is correct. Well, give me a second. Did they change this? No, there they are. So they are playing. Hold on. So here we go. Kickoff stream. So they are playing. So I think the Stars will play. All right, first quarter. Man, why I'm so behind? I have no idea. All right, there go illegal formation. Miami got the ball, by the way. Illegal formation on the Dolphins. All right, Chris Bell is out there, so Chris Bell is playing. All right, first pass to Chris Bell for 6 yards. All right, so second and 5. So Cam Miller is actually the quarterback. Here's a handoff, and it goes for -2 yards. Nowhere for Wright. I'm gonna tell you, Jalen Wright struggling, guys. I don't know about you, but I like the guy that we picked up. So it is Cam Miller, the quarterback for the Dolphins. So 3rd and 8 at the ball, the Miami 28-yard line. It's actually Carlos Washington Jr. who had the running back, 1 carry -2 yards. So it's Carlos Washington Jr. So that's not even right. Sorry, I apologize, guys. All right. From the shotgun, Miller scramble right end and pick up about 9-yard first down for the Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the Miami 37-yard line. So 1st and 10, a 9-yard run for Ken Miller. Scramble to his right for 9 yards. So 1st and 10, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 37. Now there is a flag down for a penalty on Miami offensive holding. So make it 3rd and 18. Late flag. I hope so. I think Bell Coleman will be a great thing for the Dolphins. Here's Cam Miller back to throw, incomplete, short to his right. So the Dolphins will have to punt the ball. So Dolphin go 3 and out in their first possession of the game. And once again, mistakes. Yeah, Jenny Wright isn't right. I don't know what happened to him, man. I don't think he. I know it's A-Chain. They got A-Chain, Jalen Wright, and they got Ollie Gordon, and then they got that kid Hunter that we picked up yesterday from for Tutu Altwell. So this is gonna be interesting, guys. It's gonna be very interesting. So once again, the starter's not playing tonight. All right, here's the punt, and it is a catch, 60 yards, return back to the Atlanta 40. So that's an 18-yard return. So Atlanta will start at the 40-yard line. That's another thing. We need a punter. We do need a punter, by the way. That was Greek Branch, Atlanta wide receiver, who had the return. So let me see if Tua's coming out because Tua supposed to be playing this game. Yeah, from the shotgun, Tua pass short to Dobson to the 49-yard line for 11 yards. First and 10 at the Miami 49-yard line. Tua Tagovailoa threw a 5-yard pass and the guy took it off. Oh, you meant flag. All right, first and 10 from the Miami 40-yard line. Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback. Yeah, that running back, Costa, is pretty good. I saw it. He's a pretty good running back. You got to see his film. He's a good blocker. He is strong. He's not that as tall. He's like the same size as A-Chain, but he got strong legs. Here's a handoff to Robinson, and he is knocked out for a 2-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 12 at the Atlanta 49-yard line. Good play by the defense, by the way. And that was Robert Bell Jr. who made the tackle for a loss. All right. Now you have a false start against the Falcons. Wow. These two teams are tough. So now it'll be second down and 17 for the Falcons from the Atlanta 44-yard line. So far, they got to pick up the first down, and then they went backwards a total of what? 9 yards. So now it's 2nd and 17. Jawan Taylor, the offensive tackle, was called for the false start. So from the Atlanta 44-yard line, 2nd and 17. Tua is at center, former Dolphin quarterback. Trying to make the team. Tua from the shotgun, pass short to Pitt for a pickup of 6 yards. He at the Miami. He's actually at the midfield. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Tua so far 2 for 17 yards. AJ Green, the third cornerback, made the tackle on Pitt. So 3rd and 11 at the midfield. Score 0-0. The game just started. Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback, by the way, guys. And so far, Tua is 2 for 2. All right. From 3rd and 11, Tua Tagovailoa passed deep to Pitt. He ran the ball, to the Miami 13-yard line for 37 yards. Ethan Barner made the tackle. 1st and 10 at the Miami 13. Tua, it's now 3 for 3 for 54 yards. Wow, Tua's looking good against this Dolphin defense. I'm sorry I gotta laugh, guys, but that is the truth. Wow. Tua Tagovailoa. 3 for 3 for 54 yards. That pass was for 37 yards. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 13-yard line. And of course, it was a short pass, and then the guy took off for extra yards. That's the yak. That's what I'm trying to say. So bad tackling for the Miami Dolphins right away, guys. Right away. Yes. Here we go. Here's Robinson up the middle for a pickup of 7 yards. Terrell Dobson with the tackle linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the Miami 6-yard line. Great run by Robinson, by the way. Big hole, too. All right, 2nd and 3 from the Miami 6. No, Tua's looking good, guys. Yeah, glad we pick up another running back. You're right about that, man. All right, here's Robinson up the middle, pick up 3 yards. 1st and goal, actually, from the Miami 3-yard line. Another good run. The hole closed pretty quick. Robinson, so far, a junior running back, has 3 carries for 8 yards. So first and goal for the Atlanta Falcons. All right, here's Tua, back to pass, incomplete, short to the left side. He's now 3 for 4 for 54 yards. It's still second and goal from the Miami 3. So far, this drive, 7 plays, 57 yards, a total of 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Second and goal from the Miami 3-yard line. No score with 8:49 left in the first quarter. Here's wow, touchdown. Touchdown Falcons. How about that? Robinson, right guard, 3 yards for a touchdown. Handoff, Robinson for a touchdown. Waiting for the extra point. Miami now trails 7-0. I'm watching 2 games at the same time, guys. I'm watching the Carolina Panthers. That's my son team. We're waiting for the extra point. The point is up and is good. 7-0 Atlanta. With 8:43 remaining in the first quarter. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Welcome in, buddy. I appreciate you coming in, man. All right, Atlanta up 7-0 over the Dolphins. I guess once again, we're not going to see a starter. Cam Miller was 1 for 2 for 4 yards. Washington's running back, 1 carry, no yard. Bell had 1 reception for 4 yards. So that's all we had. The only thing we did in the first drive of the game. Listen, during the game, I'm gonna have my 53-man roster that I made that I think is gonna make the roster. I'll be posting it so you guys can see my picks. Which is my prediction. It could change, guys. All right, ready for the kickoff? Dolphins are trailing already 7-0 over the Falcons. I guess that'll be Tua last drive. I don't think he's going to play the whole entire game, by the way. So, a good drive by Tua, by the way. You got to give him credit. Good drive. Of course, well, backup defense. That's all we have. That's right. Go Dolphins. I guess that's the whole night for Tua tonight. Unless he wants to play a whole full quarter. So, all right, let me get my my roster here before I forget. So, you saw already my quarterback, my running backs, my tight end, Greg Dolphins, Will Kasmerick, Ben Sims, receiver Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr., Jalen Tolbert, and Jalen Rigger. I do like these guys. Now, are they going to make the roster? We might see some changes. Who knows? All right, here's the kickoff. Miami gets the ball at the 5, and a great return by Jalen Rieger to the Dolphins 33-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Miami from their 33-yard line. So Cam Smith still a quarterback. I mean, listen, I'm saying this, and I said this in 305 Gridiron, and we believe in this. If you don't play the starters, how can you build a chemistry with a quarterback and your wide receiver? That's my actual point of view. So you got to build that chemistry. I know he doesn't want to force any injury because he wants his player ready by the time the season begins. But you got to build that chemistry. All right, here's Cam Miller deep pass to Tolbert to the Atlanta 49 to the 49 yard line, a 19-yard. Wow, nice throw by Cam Miller. All right, 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 48-yard line. Good throw by Miller, by the way. Cam Miller, 2 for 3. All right, here's Miller back to and he has sack. He has sack for a 3-yard loss. Cameron Thomas, the Atlanta Falcons just sacked. I don't know, buddy. I see. This is where I don't know. This is where I got mad last time, and then I wouldn't get mad as a fan. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, we're what, 18, 17 days before kickoff against the. I have no idea. Atlanta's playing their starters. You're right. I mean, why we can't play ours? I mean, give them a 1 quarter. That's all I'm saying. All right, 2nd and 13 from the Miami 49-yard line. Cam Miller is still the quarterback, 2 for 3 for 23 yards. He just got sacked, by the way. So 2nd and 13 at the 49. All right, here's a scramble by up the middle and picks up about 2 yards. Basically back to a line of scrimmage. So there's no gain. 3rd and 11 at the Atlanta 49. Cam Miller tried to scramble, but yeah. It was a nice catch. Yes, it was. So 3rd and 11 at the Atlanta 49-yard line. Miller, 1 carry, 2 yards. Here's Miller passing deep to Bell. There we go, to the Atlanta 31 for 18 yards. Great catch by Bell. 2 receptions, 22 yards. 1st down, Miami Dolphins. Chris Bell with the catch. Well, he did say he was going to play on this one. Number 1 is, I think, Tutu Atwell. Not Tutu Atwell. I just saw, not Tutu. I just said his name. Hold on. Number 1. What's the guy name? Here's a handoff to Washington for 3 yards. I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Let me get you the guy's name. Number 1 is it Jalen Tolbert? Yeah, it's Tolbert. Tolbert. That's it. Jalen Tolbert. I'm sorry. I knew I had it. I said you. Atwell was traded to back to the Rams. I don't know why I say that for. It's this guy trying to make the roster, which I have on the roster. Not sure in a few minutes. All right, 2nd and 7 from the Atlanta 28. Here's a pass. It's incomplete for Rieger. So incomplete pass for Miller. So it'll be 3rd and 7 at the Atlanta 28-yard line. Yeah, Bell, he made a good catch too. A good run too. So Cam Miller is now 3 for 5 for 41 yards. You know, Cam Miller is playing better ball than Quinn Ewers. I guess they put him there to give him a chance, and Quinn Ewers might get cut. Who knows? Or added to the practice squad. Either or. Hey, what's up, Bubba? Yeah, you're right. They're rushing Bell too early. That's true, too. All right, here's another incomplete pass from Miller. So it's 4th and 7 at the Atlanta 28-yard line. I guess they're going to throw in the kicker. See, that's another thing. I don't feel comfortable with the kicker or the punter. I don't know why. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, Bell, man. But Bell, you got to put Bell in. Trust me, just to get at least a little experience. I will not play him the whole entire quarter, but just to give him a little confidence. Here's the kick. Is up and it's good. So Dolphins do get a field goal. It's now 7-3 with 5:03 in the first. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. But of course, I stay here. I'm not going nowhere. Oh, man. Yeah, I agree, Baba. I mean, I know it's early, but you got to put him in there just to get a little bit NFL experience. Now, once again, I will not play him the whole game. Just give him a couple of throws that with which they already did that. He has to a couple of 3 catches in the game. I think is right. So Riley Patterson hit a 46-yard field goal to make it 7-3. I feel like you got you got Coleman, you got Bell, you got Caleb Doug. I mean, they got great receivers, but you got to build that chemistry. You see, everybody asked me. We were talking this in on the 305 Gridiron. Who's Malik number 1 receiver? You say Malik Washington. Well, can you ask me right now what since first the game 1 against the Commanders? What Malik has done, like 1 catch, 2 catch, Malik Washington to the other Washington. That makes you think. I mean, you got to build the chemistry. You got to get comfortable with these guys when it comes to a real game. Just don't throw the ball anywhere you want to throw them. That's my concern. All right, 7-3 Falcons. We're just in the first quarter with 5:03 remaining. Hey, look at Atlanta. They put Tua in. They put Robinson in. They have Pitt, the receiver, so they got their starters in. All right, you might give him a couple of series, and that's it. That's fine. Oh my God, the only time we saw the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, you're right. He is a slot guy. He's not a number 1 receiver, but I mean, not a number 1 receiver, but that's the guy. He remember when we let this guy go. There you go. See? Yeah, they're gonna let Tua out because Tua's gonna have to win that job in Atlanta. To be honest with you, I know the Falcons fans are really upset with Tua. So, the last 2 games, but there you go. You got to put them out there to build chemistry. I'm sorry. I mean, and you're right, Kosa. I mean, that's the only way they're gonna build chemistry. And right now, you don't have Malik out there. You don't have. I mean, I know you don't want to force injury, but that's not the point. The point is give them some time to get acquainted, to get together and do something about it. And right now, I mean, I'm sorry. Well, here's the kickoff, and it was a 25-yard return. Okay, it was for Patterson, so Atlanta will start from the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. And you're right, Tua is back in the game. And listen, I know that we're coming into the roster cut, and I believe that they're coming to a roster cut, and I understand that. But my gosh, man, we have so many injuries already. So let me go before the game starts. So that is my offensive line. This is what I got for offensive line. All right, there's a fumble by Tua just fumbled the ball, and Miami just recovered. Willie Gay Jr. What a play for Willie Gay Jr. And that's another guy that we're complaining about that he was not going to make the team. So there's a fumble. Miami just recovered the ball. There's no no return. Tua Tagovailoa might lose his job on that one. Recover by Willie Gay Jr. Another flag against us. Yes, great. I just saw that. Yeah. I guess you're ahead of me. But did it happen after the fumble or before the fumble? That's another question. It looks familiar. Oh, no. We got the ball anyhow. Cam Miller incomplete to deep to Chris Bell. So 2nd and 10 at the Atlanta 42-yard line. You guys might be ahead of me. I'm probably behind you guys. All right, 2nd and 10 from the Atlanta 42. Miami down 7-3. What's up, Hardo? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? Once again, very upset. Dolphins did not start none of their starters. Really, really terrible. All right, here's Cam Miller to the left, run out of bounds by probably 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6 from the Atlanta 38-yard line. Cam Miller, 4 for 8 for 45 yards. Jaden Tolbert from Miami receiver, 2 receptions, 23 yards in the game. So 3rd and 6 from the Atlanta 38. Can we get a first down here? Probably a touchdown. Yeah, you could blame it on the center. You're right. All right, Miami called timeout. You see, guys, don't get me wrong. It's preseason. I'm not worried too much about preseason. The only thing I want to see in preseason, the same thing you guys want to see, it's evaluate the players. But at the same time, I'm going to say it again. We discussed this, and Kosa's right. Probably Hog Dog will be right also. And I know that Baba said that he's worried about putting Bell too early. But you have to build a chemistry. Yeah, you don't need to see the starters, but I feel you have to, because you got to get comfortable. I'm not saying that put the starter in the entire game. What I'm saying is just build them, a hot dog, to have a chemistry. Right now, for me, Malik Willis does not have a number 1 receiver. You can say Coleman is good. Which I'm not going to take anything from Coleman. You can say Douglas is good. Fine. Okay, you can say Bell is good. But who is his guy to go with? Remember, we traded Waddle. We got Waddle out of here when he signed the contract, and everybody said, oh my God, they took his number 1 receiver. But you got to build the chemistry. So right now, in one game, we only have 1 drive with the starters, 1 touchdown, and that's it. I understand you got to add depth. I understand you got to do it. Trust me, I understand that. But you're not building a chemistry. So, and see, and Kosa asked the same question. Why we cannot see the starters? I mean, we're not saying to start these players a full 3 quarters. No, we're not saying that. Give me a quarter of Malik Willis. Give me a quarter with Bell and Malik Willis, with Douglas, with whoever is out there. I want to see him in 1 quarter. That's it. Now, yeah, if you're going to say, hey, he might get injured, listen, you could get injured in the first quarter, you get injured in the second quarter, you could get injured in any quarter you want. But you're not building chemistry with your players. And that is important in the National Football League. Because you know what's going to happen? And I don't want to jinx this, and it has happened to the Miami Dolphins as the season goes along. They start dropping balls. They drop balls. They fumble. They're not on the same page. They're running the wrong routes. And then here we are criticizing. Well, the Dolphins. Well, guess what? That's why you call chemistry. You build chemistry with your receivers, with your offensive line, with your running backs. And I'm going to tell you right now, I feel that Jeff is running the dice here. Not that I don't trust Jeff or Sullivan. So I'm just worried that, hey, man, this is the National Football League. You got to get ready to play. And I don't say this in a bad way, guys. I'm just saying that, that's my opinion. And listen, I don't disagree with anything that you guys says in the chat. I totally understand. We want to build depth, but hey, you also want to have your starter at least play more to see what we really have. All right, here's Miller from the shotgun, incomplete, short of the middle to Bell. So 4th and 6, I guess they'll go for it or they'll go for another field goal. So 4th and 6 from the Atlanta 38-yard line. I mean, that's all I'm asking, guys. That's all. And, you want to see, players play together and get used to it, Yeah, that is true. They are resting on their laterals and they have accomplished something. Okay. All right, Patterson 56-yard field goal is blocked. So Atlanta will get the ball back at the 38-yard line. So the field goal was blocked. I mean, I don't say this just to I just want to see the starter for me, right? For me, I just want to see them get a little more playing time so they could get together. If Jeff feel comfortable by scoring the first touchdown against the Commander, and he saw that which we did, it was a great. We ran the ball, we threw the ball, and that was it. So he was satisfied with that. Just one play, guys. That's it. One play. I mean, for me, yes, you have to build your depth. That's true. You say, hot dog, we got to build the depth because we don't have that much depth in the team. That's one of our major weaknesses. I know it's the last preseason game. Here comes the roster cut. So by the time they come back, let me show you my roster, my 53-man roster. If you guys join me, that is my offensive line. I'll go back to my... Yeah, Costa say great, a blocked field goal. Yeah, buddy. Oh, man. So here's my quarterback, and I do believe that Quinn Ewers might not be in this roster, but he is the most experienced quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Running back, I'm going to go again. A-Chain, Jalen Wright, which is struggling. Ollie Gordon II, Jarquez Hunter. Guys, see this guy video. This guy is great. Tight end, great Dolphins. Will Kasmerick, tight end. Ben Smith, great blocker. Receiver, there you go, Malik Washington. We got that, but we call them starters. All right, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr., Jalen Tober, and Jalen Rigger. Those are my 53-man roster. Offensive line, I just show you. Patrick Paul, Austin Jackson, Kadon Wallace, Caden Proctor, Jonah Savanaya, DJ Campbell, Josh Premier, Aaron Brewers, Andrew Mayers. Those are my offensive line. And let's go to my defense. Defensive end edge, Chop Robinson, having a great spring. Josh Uke, probably Robert Bean Jr., who made a good tackle earlier. Max, Clinton Farrell, Cameron Good. Cameron Good always does good stuff. So, defensive tackle, Zach Sealer, of course, coming back from an injury. Kenny Grant was still injury. And by the way, here's Tua, once again, passing to Robinson at the 45-yard line for a 9-yard pickup. So, yeah, Kosa. That's true, man. I mean, I was so, I felt so good, but now not that I back up a little bit, I am a positive person, but you got to be realistic with this schedule, with this offensive line, and the defense you got to face. Here's Tua Tagovailoa passing up the middle to Pitt, and he run out of bounds for 16 yards, another first down. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 29-yard line. Hey, Tua is doing great, buddy. Tua right now is 5 for 6 for 79 yards. Kyle Pitts Sr., so far 3 receptions, 59 yards. Juju Brent made the tackle. That's another one trying to make the team, which he'll make the team. I got him there. 1st and 10 at the Miami 29-yard line. Dolphin down 7-3 with 3:23 remaining in the first quarter. And like I say, I don't put too much emphasis on preseason. I don't care you win, lose, or draw. So, Tua's in for another series. Yes, he is. All Tua got to do is throw a short pass and let them get the jack, and they jack it up all the way. They get it. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the Miami 29-yard line. Tua is still the quarterback, by the way. Tua pass short to the right to Dobson, ran out of bounds for the Miami 21-yard line for 8 yards. Juju Brent made the tackle, penalty on Miami. Defensive offsides decline. So Tua now 6 for 7 for 87 yards. So now 2nd and 2 at the Miami 21. 2:43 and counting in the first quarter. Miami trading 7-3. This is ridiculous, guys. It is ridiculous. Tua is looking like a master out there, man. And you might say, hey, he's playing a 2nd string, 3rd string defense. All right, there is a flag on Atlanta. On Taylor, false start, 5 yards enforced. So Jawan Taylor, that's his 2nd penalty tonight, by the way, for the offensive tackle. Jawan Taylor. 2 penalty for 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7 at the Miami 26. And I know it's kind of hard when you want to make the roster, you make all these mistakes. I mean, we already had a flag in the beginning of the game, so. Let me ask you guys now, you guys in the chat, are you trusting with everything that Jeff Hafley has done with the Dolphins? I mean, do you really trust him? All right, here's Tua passing short to Dobson and pick up 8 yards. So he's at the Miami 18-yard line. 1st and 10 at the Miami 18-yard line. Tua, 7 for 8 for 95 yards. Ethan Bonner with his 2nd tackle, solo tackle of the game. Yeah, repetition and preseason do matters. Win, loss, or don't. Yeah. I mean, I see preseason. I mean, and listen, that's your opinion. That's okay, Kosa. For me, I'd see it more as an evaluation. Let me see how good you are. See if you make the team or how, But you're right. If you win, you build confidence. You lose, you go 0-3 in preseason. You say, wow. So 1st and 10 from the Miami 18-yard line. Tua Tagovailoa is still in the game, guys. So far, Jahan Dotson has 3 receptions, 27 yards. All right, there's another fumble. There we go. A fumble recovered by Miami. Robinson, right end, fumble, and Miami has recovered. Terrell Dobson recovered. So, 2 turnovers. How about that? By the defense. They're trying to make the team. That was Jackson Woodward, Miami linebacker, who recovered the fumble, by the way. So Miami gets the ball back with 1:03 remaining in the first quarter. So unfortunately, that's two fumbles. The center did fumble for Atlanta, and now running back just fumbled. Here's Miller, pass to throw, deep to Rigger, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 at the Miami 13-yard line. Can I ask you a question? Why are they not running the ball? I'm shocked they're not running the ball. They have run it, I think, twice in this whole entire game in the first quarter. 56 seconds remaining in the first, 2nd and 10 at the Miami 13-yard line. Miller's now 4 for 10 for 45 yards. Jalen Rigger has no catch. Here's wow, now they hand off the ball to Washington to the left, pick up 6 yards. That's a good run. So 3rd and 4 at the Miami 19-yard line. Under 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Dolphin do trail 7-3. Final preseason game for this team. This two team. All right. Cam Miller scramble the left side and pick up 4 yards in the first down. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 23-yard line, and that should be the end of the first quarter. So we head into the second quarter. With Miami trailing 7-3. Well, now they took the ball back. So now they say he didn't make the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. Wow. I get this part of the wrong. Quiet in the background. Riley in the background. How you doing, buddy? How you feeling? How's your Friday going? So far, the Atlanta Falcons has 111 total yards in the first quarter. Miami only has 54 yards in the first quarter. That's good. Yeah, I'm doing the game short tonight. I don't think I'll probably do the first half. Once again, the Stars are not playing, and I understand that part. But I guess like Hot Dog said, they're looking for depth, see what kind of depth they have before they do the roster cut. And if you just join me on, well, you say you were quiet in the back, so I did my 53-man roster. Let me go now. There's on the commercial. There's my defense. Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillip, Sig Biggers, Matthew Butler. Then I got my linebacker, Jordan Brooks, Jacob Rodriguez, Tyler Dobson, Kyle Lewis, Ronnie Harrison Jr., Willie Gate. People are saying Willie Gates is going to get cut. Listen, Willie Gates is having a good camp. And good games too, by the way. Then you have your cornerback at Chris Johnson, Juju Brents, Jason Marshall Jr., Ethan Barner, AJ Green. I know some of these players are injured, some are, that's something that we'll see when they do the evaluation and they do the player cut. Safety, Dante Trader Jr., St. Anderson, Michael Taffy, Major Burns. Then, those are my draft pick on the bottom. I just put it in there. Special team, Riley Patterson, Bradley Pinion, I think is his name. And then Snapper, Tucker, Addington. Those are my actual roster pick. So, in the beginning, there's my quarterback, running back, tight end. So, yes, I love that running back, Hot Dog. Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. If you haven't seen the kid video, you got to see the kid video. You got to see this guy play this last preseason game. Let me tell you, for the size that he is, 200, I think he's 210. I think he is. I'm quite sure. He has probably the same size as A-Chain. But man, can this kid block? Okay? Running back block. And he also have great moves, great speed. I love that pick. I really do. I think that was a good trade, to be honest with you. I don't think this guy's going to make it as a wide receiver anyhow. So I guess Miami had to punt. They were short, so they punted the ball. And Atlanta will start at the 29-yard line. It was only a 5-yard return by Dylan Drummond. Let's see if Tua's coming back out again, guys. Because if he does come back out. Hey, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. So Dolphins trailing 73, 14-49 in the second quarter. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know they're not playing starters. Miami's are playing the second, third string, fourth string, what you want to call it. I know we want to see the starters. So, all right. So now here's Cooper Rush is actually the quarterback now. He's now 1 for 1. There was a pass to Vinny Anthony, the second, for a 5-yard reception. So it'll be 2nd and 5 at the Atlanta 34-yard line. Yeah, hot dog. I like that guy. I like that guy. All right, here's a handoff and pick up about 2 yards to Tyler Goodson. So it'll be 3rd and 3 at the Atlanta 36-yard line. With 14-12 and counting, Miami trailing 7-3 against the Atlanta Falcons. This is just preseason football, guys. The good thing about preseason football, you don't want nobody to get injured. You really don't. All right, 3rd and 3. Your quarterback is Cooper Rush. I wonder if he's going to make it. Thank you for the sparkles. The good thing, the Dolphins do have 2 turnovers in this game. So, they're first in turnovers. I mean, one was probably a missnap by the center. All right, here's handoff to Gooden, and boy, he is stuffed off for 1 yard. Ethan Barner with a tackle. Great hit by Ethan Barner. Great stop. So 4th and 2 from the Atlanta 37. The Atlanta will punt the ball for the Miami Dolphins. Thank you, Matt Mexico. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. I understand that, hot dog. I understand that, but you just gotta get a little time. I'm not saying playing the whole game. I want you to. So here's the punt, 63 yards, goes into the end zone for a touchback. Miami will start at the 20-yard line with 12:32 remaining in the second quarter. I was not going to be live tonight, but because my wife went to a gala and I was going to go with her, but I said, no, let her enjoy herself, man. I had a long day at work yesterday too. It was my inventory and got 12 hours work yesterday and was exhausted. So, but I'm back with you guys. I'm back to be back, and hopefully we have a decent season, like Kosa said. I know it's going to be tough, and I'll put out the schedule. Those that already knows the schedule, I'll put it out there so you guys can see it. It's just a preseason game, and like I said, let's see what kind of depth we are. And of course, the roster will be cut between Saturday and Sunday. I think he has until Saturday and Sunday to cut. You got 91 players. You got a total of 41 players on their 1-year contract. So very impressive. Oh, Jake Bailey, former Dolphins, was the one who punted the ball. Boy, we let him go. So listen, don't forget to hit the like button. Your comments, man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, those that have subscribed to the channel. I'm hoping it gets better this year, guys. Yeah, we can't afford to be playing for a win in the preseason. I know, but you build confidence, you build stuff like that, and you're right. I agree with you. That I'm not going to take that away from the Miami Dolphins. But once again, man, I say this, and I don't like repeating myself. You have to build that chemistry. You got to build it. You got to have some kind of chemistry, man. I mean, one play, let's say 7 plays, 13 plays, it's not going to do it, And I know what Jeff is doing. I think he feels comfortable, hot dog. He feels very comfortable about his team and his players, and he put his trust on the team, saying, "Hey, we're good enough for what we have." Well, that we'll know when we start playing football. By the way, those that haven't seen Miami Dolphins schedule, yes, it is brutal, guys. It is brutal. I'm not gonna tell you it's not. They should win against the Raiders. I'm sorry. What's the prediction? Kosa, oh boy, Kosa's on the ball. I tell you, I put 7 and 10, and I think I'll change that. But that's the schedule, guys. That's part of the schedule. Here's the second week schedule. And I'll show that in a few minutes. Denver, Bears, Green Bay, Chargers, Bills, and the Patriots. Woo. All right, here we go. Campbell with a false start. DJ Campbell, try to make the team. 1st and 15 for the Dolphins. Is Cam Miller still in the game? Wow. These are the mistakes you don't want to have, guys. All right, 7-3 Atlanta, 12:32 and counting in the second quarter. A false start for DJ Campbell, the guard for Miami. First penalty. I'll tell you the team stats once at halftime. Once I hit halftime, I'll give you guys the stats, the total stats of the players. All right, here's Cam Miller. And I'll tell you, Cam Miller's the only guy running. Only pick up 3 yards. So 2nd and 12 at the Miami 18-yard line. You know, my title, I should have changed my title to Live Dolphins Football. I put Dolphin Football. I was rushing to get here to get this game going anyhow. All right, 2nd and 12 for the Miami 18-yard line, 11:49 and counting, 7-3 Atlanta. Here's Washington, Carlos Washington Jr. Pick up about, say, 4 yards. So 3rd and 8 from the Miami 22-yard line. So far, Carlos Washington Jr., running back, has 4 carries, 11 yards. All right, 3rd and 8 from the Miami 22. Dolphins do trail 7-3 in the second quarter against the Atlanta Falcons. The day for Tua Tagovailoa is done anyway, by the way. Cooper Rush is in for the Atlanta Falcons. I guess they give him Cam Smith more rep because maybe he'd be the second string quarterback after Malik Willis. No, he did look good, better than Quinn Ewers. Here's a fumble and recovered by Miami. Sack and a fumble. Miller sack for 16 yards. The Miami 16 for 6 yards. Fumble. It was Harold Perkins Jr. Wow, Cam Miller 4 for 10 for 45 yards. So 4th and 14, Miami will punt the ball with 10:27 in the second. That's a good question that Costa brought up, Hot Dog. How much win do you think you have the Dolphins? I mean, how many wins do you have them for the season? All right, here's a punt. Well, 16-yard return, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 47-yard line. Costa say, ouch. Listen, guys, I had them at 7 and 10. You guys heard me. I know I was with 305 Gridiron, and he told me if that is so true, they get 7 wins. And how they get 7 wins, I do believe they're going to split their division. They'll split games in the division. They'll beat the Raiders. I think they'll beat the Chargers at home, and they'll beat the Bears. The Bears don't play well, especially in December when they're away from the hot weather, which is not going to be that hot in Miami, but they don't play as well. If it's in Chicago, it's a different story, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be in Miami. The first 6 games for the Miami Dolphins will tell you who they really are. And I'm gonna give him the first 6 game. I could go half a season, but going back to the schedule, you got Raiders, San Francisco, KC, which we have no idea if Mahomes gonna play. He said that he's practicing, he's doing all this. I don't know if he's ready to play for the season. Then you got Minnesota, high-powered Bengal offense. That's going to be brutal for the Dolphins secondary. Trust me. You got the Jets. You skip the bye week, so I'm going to go to the first 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the Jets. So between the Jets and the Raiders, that's 2 wins. You might have, 2 and 4 beginning of the season? Just asking. I could be wrong, guys. I could be wrong. Once again, we are here live talking Dolphin football and, of course, preseason game number 3 for both teams. We have Falcons versus the Dolphins. All right. You could, guys, open up in the chat, talk whatever you want. I mean, I'm just looking at the game and just going back and forth, but it's gonna be a season of you could say a struggle, learning, getting adapt, getting used to playing with each other. This is what you got to see, right? You got a team that's practically brand new from scratch. So it's going to take a while for them to build the chemistry you want. All right, here's Cooper Rush to the middle for 11 yards to Jack, tight end, Jack Belling. 1 reception, 11 yards. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 43-yard line. Okay, I say, all right. Costa has 1-5 after the first 6 games. That's with my fingers crossed. On my way to the half 10. Only way 3 and 14, and the other. See, I got him at 7 and 10 and 10 and 7. That's the only 2 way I see him. The 10 and 7, I was going, but right now, let's be honest, the depth chart of this team is not as good as we think we are. Here's Tyler Gooden, a running back, and he goes nowhere. So 2nd and 10 at the Miami 43-yard line. That was Tyler Dobson with the linebacker who made the tackle. So far, he has 5 tackles tonight. Yeah, I liked him at 10 and 7. But what I'm seeing now, guys, and Costa's right, man, not that made me change my mind. I'm just seeing right now they're in the receiving core. You're going to have 3 rookies starting. Coleman, Bell, and Caleb Douglas. Once again, build chemistry, right? You got to build a chemistry. Here's Cooper Rush. He passed short to the middle to Nick Moose for 8 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 2 at the Miami 35-yard line. Here's a handoff, and wow. Dante Trader Jr. with the stop for a 1-yard loss. 4th and 3 at the Miami 36. Will Atlanta go for a field goal? 8:11 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Miami trailing 7-3. And opposing what we heard today, last week when Jeff said that some of the stars will play in this game, it's not true. That did not happen. So they went for it, and wow, Cooper Rush passed short to the 31-yard line for 5 yards. So 1st and 10. So they went for it. 1st and 10 at the Miami 31-yard line. I guess they gamble. No field goal. And they pick up the 1st down, by the way, guys. Yes, Tua looked good. Yeah, I'm happy having it. He did look good. You got to give him credit. He did. He had a good stats. He looked good. I know that it's not his fault that he fumbled the ball. It was the center that fumbled the ball. And there was a turnover by the running back in the end zone. I mean, close to the end zone. And All right, here's Cooper Rush. He passed short to Nathan Carter. 1 reception, no yards. Good play by the Miami defense. Good play. That was Cam Rice who made a tackle. So 2nd and 10 from the Miami 31-yard line. 6:55 remaining in the second quarter. Miami trails 7-3. So it's going to be interesting, the cut for Jeff Hafley, the players he needs to cut. And we'll know tonight. I mean, tomorrow, I think he got Saturday and Sunday, I think. But I do have my roster, and I show you guys it. If you guys haven't seen it, just look at the video. It's out there. I put the roster in. So, all right, here's Cooper Rush. Wow. Chris Blair with an 11-yard catch. 1st and 10 at the Miami 20-yard line. With 6:12 and counting in the second quarter. Marco Wilson made the tackle. Cooper Rush, 7 for 7 for 45 yards. I guess he got to make the team. Right, here's Cooper Rush pass to Tyler Goodson for 5 yards? Yep, 2nd and 5 at the Miami 15-yard line. So Atlanta is driving the ball against this Dolphin defense. Dolphins trail 7-3 with 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. Atlanta just called timeout. So as Atlanta's calling the timeout, once again, if you join the chat, if you join the live, Dolphin schedule, once again, yes, it is brutal, guys. It is very brutal. I mean, they're going to play top offense. They're going to play top defense. You see, this is where Miami's going to be tested, both sides of the ball, right? So can our offensive line, play well against Minnesota, Detroit, San Francisco, even the Raiders, even the Las Vegas Raiders? They got a good defense. This is where we're going to get tested. So this is where I believe where the Dolphins are going to, break it or make it. So what Kosa said earlier, they could go 1-5 with his finger crossed. I put 2-4. So remember, I want to bring something up, and I hope you guys understand what I'm going to say. Willis is not a bad quarterback. He's very mobile, underrated. But remember this. Willis has to prove to us, the fan, I don't know about you, Hot Dog, and I'm not backing up on this. He hasn't played a 17-game season. And when he has come in for Love, he's done well. That's my concern. Willis can turn the ball over when you put pressure. I'm gonna give you that heads up. I'm not trying to jinx the player or nothing. You gotta look at videos. You gotta look at films. Okay? He's not a bad quarterback. Now that he's better than Tua for now, yeah, because Tua with the injury part, okay? With the injuries thing, you have to have concern with Willis. I'm not taking, I'm not actually, beating the guy down or talking bad about the guy. For me, he has to prove a 17-game season. Because if you see his wins and what he had played, he hasn't played with good defense. He has not played with good defense yet. The pressure has not been on Willis yet. Look what the Giants did. And that was in practice. That has concern. But it was only practice. That's what I'm telling you. That's why you got to play the starters at least a series or two. 1 series, 2 series, whatever. I know you don't agree with it, but this is why. All right, so now it's first and goal for the Atlanta Falcons. Cooper Rush runs out of bounds. Give it to Vinny Anthony for about 6 yards. Well, 9 yards, sorry. Yeah, he was. I thought he was younger, all right. But remember, you're playing quarterback behind Love. Okay, so my thing is, you know, he hasn't faced good teams yet. I mean, he did turn over the ball. I mean, I'm not taking that away from him. So first and goal from the Miami 6-yard line. Here's a handoff to Tyler Goodson for probably 3 yards. Second and goal at the Miami 3. Atlanta is knocking at the door with his defense. It's probably third string defense in there. It was Matthew Butler who made a tackle, defensive tackle. Here's Cooper Rush pass to the left side, incomplete for Dylan Drummond. So third and goal at the Miami 3-yard line. Can the defense hold here and to a field goal with 3:33? He's yeah. I mean, I wasn't that side 2-10-7, but I'm gonna be realistic. I mean, I got him at 7-10, and 7-10. It's a miracle, right? But you know, I hope that, to be honest with you, man, sometimes I hope they could go undefeated and win the whole thing, and just shock the world and shock the fan. But you gotta be realistic. All right, 3rd and 3 from the Miami 3-yard line. Dolphin trails 7-3 with 3:33, and there's a touchdown. Touchdown, Atlanta. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cooper Rush passed to his tight end, Jack Vellin, for 3 yards. Dolphin now trail 13-3. So watch how important is the preseason. How many points Miami has scored in 3 games? With the extra point here. The extra point is good. 14-3. Miami trail. So far, Miami has scored what? 13 points in 3 games? That is scary. And I know you're going to tell me, but they haven't played the starter. That is why. That is why. They only play the starters once. That's what's scary, guys. That's it. All right, 3:28 remaining in the second quarter. Miami trailing 14-3. Once again, this is SNJ channel. Thank you so much those that have subscribed. Thumbs up in the chat. We're live tonight for the final game of the Miami Dolphins versus the Atlanta Falcons. And then we will see roster cut coming. I just heard thunder on my side. I hope it doesn't go away. On this side, I'm watching the Carolina Panthers losing 3-0 to the Houston Texans. Do you guys have in the chat here, now that we all here in the chat, I know you guys still here, do you have a favorite player that you think will make the roster? Do you have a shocking player that would not make the roster? You would say, hey, he's going to make it, and he got cut. All right, here's a kickoff, and wow, Rigger with a good return, 48 yards. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 48-yard line. What a great return by Rigger. Another guy that wants to make the football team. So Miami has the ball at the Atlanta 49-yard line. Great return. So let's see if Miami could capitalize here and at least get a touchdown before halftime. Wow, Jalen Rigger, so far 3 returns for 97 yards, the longest 47 yards. So probably could be our kickoff and punt returner. Atlanta just tied Houston. So all right, shotgun. Pass up the middle to Terrence Marshall Jr. for 16 yards. Wow, 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 33-yard line. Good throw by Ken Miller. Ken Miller now is 5 for 11 for 61 yards. All right. Here's a handoff to Carlos Washington Jr., who tried to make the team. He goes for 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 8 at the Atlanta 31-yard line. With 2:39 remaining in the second quarter, I guess they're doing the hurry up offense. That's one thing that Jeff Hafley said they have to work on. Get back in the huddle real quick. So there's a 2-minute warning. So we're in the 2-minute warning now. Miami trailed 14-3. Oh, I was saying, is there a player on your side, Kosa, or anybody here, or Hot Dog, or anybody's in the chat right now, that you think it will be a surprise that he's going to get cut, and you say, wow, how come he got cut? Any veteran? Rookie? No, I'm not going to talk about rookies, but any player you see right now that will not make this roster that will shock you. That will not make it, will not make it. And he will get cut. Ty Washington is gone already. If you didn't know Kosa, he was gone last week. He was cut. He was cut probably a week ago already. The Dolphins let him go. They made that roster move and they cut him. One guy I think that might not make it, Theo Weiss. Theo Weiss Jr. might not make it. Willie Gay, you see, that's a guy I'm worried. Yeah, Hot Dog, I'm worried. But see, Willie Gay is having a good camp, good everything. And you're right, Willie Gay could be. Now, he's on my 53-man roster. If you saw it that I put up, he's on my roster. But you're right, that is a player that could possibly be gone. Goods is close. He's still with the team. Goods, but that's another one that could be also cut. You see, the Dolphins could go both ways. They could go young, they could get older, and they're a very young team. By the way, they are the youngest team in the NFL, and that was brought up the other day, in one of the podcast. They got a very, very young team, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. But remember what Jeff said. They will make mistakes. They will, and he said it. Yeah, he freelanced too much for coaching. Yeah, I agree. Hold on a second. Let me just don't go nowhere. I'll be back in a second because they're still in the halftime. I'm gonna check my cameras here for a second, guys. They try to add up some more lights here. Let me see. Probably this light's better. Yeah, this light's way much better, man. All right. Second quarter, 2-minute warning. Dolphins down 14-3 with the ball at the Atlanta 31-yard line. Yes, Kosa, I agree with you. I think we're totally going. I believe so too. We're going young, and this is why Jeff. I mean, listen, Jeff is a smart guy, man. He says something that is true. He says, "I'm going to tell you something. They're going to be rookies. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to learn from the mistakes, and we're going to move on from there." So here's Cam Miller passing short to Jalen Tober for 4 yards. He ran out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd and 4 at the Atlanta 27-yard line. Hey, Sabrano, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Oh my gosh, we're going to get 5 free agent guys. All right, here's Cam Miller, incomplete pass. Wow, to Sadu Torre, the tight end. So 4th and 4 at the Atlanta 27-yard line. Are they going for a field goal for a touchdown? Let's see if this coach make a gamble here, man. If he'll go for it. With 1:56 remaining in the second quarter. Well, I guess he's going for the field goal, and the field goal is up, and it is another field goal for the Dolphins. It's now 14-6. Right, so let's look at this last play right here. All right. You're down 14-3. It's 4th and 4. It's preseason. What matters? Why don't you go for it? Yes, I do believe they'll bring a cut from another team. I believe the moment this roster is cut, I'm going to tell you, don't be surprised, guys. I believe the Dolphins are going to bring a backup quarterback. I believe Cam Miller, Quinn Ewers, even though he has played with the Dolphins, I would think we'll sign another quarterback. If I tell you who I like, will you bring him in, yes or no? I like him. You have your opinion, right? Tell me yes or no. Will you bring in Joe Flacco if he's available? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some good quarterbacks out there, but, backup quarterbacks. Yes, I believe Quinn Ewers will be the surprise cut. But here's my question. Would you bring Joe Flacco in? Would you rather have a good veteran quarterback back up? Now, Richardson name has been mentioned from the Colts. Okay? He might not make the roster. All right, here's a kickoff on the Dolphins, and the Atlanta Falcons will start at the own, great kick, by the way, at the own 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons with 1:47 remaining. Let's see how well the Dolphins play the 2-minute drill here, under the 2-minute drill against the Atlanta Falcons. They're probably going to run the ball, eat the clock out before halftime. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Yeah, for a decent quarterback. All right, here's Cooper Rush. He throws to his wide receiver, Dillon, and he picks up about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 at the at the Atlanta, 23-yard line. Here's a pass, no huddle, short, incomplete to Jack, his tight end, incomplete pass. So it's now 3rd and 5, the Atlanta 23-yard line. Cooper Rush, 10 for 12 for 62 yards and 1 touchdown. Tua had a good half too, guys. And I'll give you the stats in a few minutes when this half is over. So let's see if the Dolphin defense can stop with 1:21 remaining and get the ball back. Yeah, didn't get. Yeah, yeah. Here's a incomplete pass. Good stop by the Dolphin defense. Chris Blair intended for Chris Blair, so incomplete. Miami gets the ball back with 1:14 remaining. So let's see if Jeff Heffley will have these guys drive the ball down the field. At least to get a field goal or a touchdown. Let me tell you a quarterback that I like too. There's two quarterbacks from Pittsburgh. I like Rudolph and I like Howard. Those two quarterbacks could be cut. All right, 4th and 5 with 1:14 remaining. Here's Atlanta about to punt the ball. Imagine we get a good return here for a touchdown. That'd be nice. Wow, good kick. Good punt. 1st and 10, and Rigger returned it for 10 yards. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 26. So the Dolphins have 1 minute and 1 second left. And I'm going to say they got they got 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts? They got all 3 timeouts. Let's see if they could drive the ball. See something positive. If Willis get hurt, yeah. I mean, if Willis goes down, who do we have? And I hope he doesn't. It's gonna be an issue there. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 26-yard line. I guess Cam Miller's gonna play the whole game, and then I guess they'll put the other guy in the second half. All right, Miller back to pass, incomplete. Wow, Miller 6 for 14 for 65 yards. Wow, man. Incomplete pass was intended for Harris. Wow. So 2nd and 10, Dolphin trail 14-6. They have the ball at the 26-yard line. All right, here's Miller again. Pass down the middle. Carlos Washington, incomplete. Wow, man. Golly. 6 for 15 for 65 yards. Wow, man. Yeah, I mean, in the O line, I'm not concerned about the O line. The only thing I'm concerned, and that's from Kosa said earlier, and you said earlier, is the depth. I mean, any offensive guy gets hurt, Jonah, Patrick Paul, your center Brewer, Proctor, who do you have? All right, here's Miller passing short to Teal Weiss Jr. That's the guy I don't think he's going to make it. Teal Weiss to the 32-yard line for, 6 yards? So 4th with 48 seconds, and the Dolphins will punt the ball. Trenches might keep us in the game, or at least close. Yeah, what everybody's looking at right now, according this is what Jeff has talked. I mean, I know they want to win now. That is their model. I mean, Sully said it. I mean, we're here to win. We're not here to. But let's be honest. As long as you're in the game, and the game is close, and you're being competitive, very competitive, I'm not gonna say nothing. There'll be some games they're gonna lose probably close. Now, if they get beaten bad, then we're talking something different. Timeout Atlanta. 1 timeout remaining. Here's a bad punt. Wow. At the Atlanta 35-yard line with 41 seconds left. God, that punter is bad for the Dolphins. We need a punter, guys. We need a freaking punter. I can even punt better than that guy. The only bad thing, I'm 59 years old. All right, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line, guys. 41-yard line. Dolphin trail 14-6. All I know that all 41 players that have signed a 1-year contract, they are competing out there, and they're going to compete until they actually, show Jeff, you could play for this team. He said it. Nobody's job secured. Not even Malik. They signed that contract. All right, here's Cooper Rush. Throws up the middle, short, incomplete to Vinny Anthony II. So 2nd and 10 with 41 seconds at the Atlanta 35-yard line. All right, here's Cooper Rush. Pass short of the middle to his tight end once again for a total of 7 yards. Timeout. And that should be their final timeout. So 28 seconds left in the second. Dolphin trailing 14-6. All right, what's this? What's this? All right, Cooper Rush pass. Wow. First down, Atlanta at the 48-yard line with 28 seconds and counting. They don't got timeout. They got to spike the ball. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 48-yard line. All right, Cooper Rush pass short to the 48, 6 yards. So that's a first down. And defensive delay. Wow. Defensive delay of the game on the Miami Dolphins. Wow. I ain't going to be happy for Jeff. That is not good for the Dolphins right now. 1st and 10 at the Miami 47-yard line with 19 seconds. Wow. Deep pass. Tyler Gutson at the Miami. Wow. For 31 yards at the Miami 16-yard line for 31 yards. 3 seconds left. 2nd and 10. And they're going for the field goal. Wow. If you were an outsider, how will you see this team? Sincerely, Kosa, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. And I don't say this in a bad way. By the way, the field goal is good with 3 seconds, so I knew they were going to score the field goal. And is there a flag down? Hold on a second. Huh. No, there's no flag. The field goal is good. So I'm going to say this. Take the love out of it. Okay. I'm going to be sincere with you as a Dolphin fan. I'll be scared. I'm going to be honest. And here's the reason why, right? and I'm gonna say it now. New GM, new head coach, and I have looked. You said I'm not gonna look as a fan. Okay, so let's take the fan away. I'm a Dolphin fan, but let's take, like you said, you say from the outside. So let me get to clarify myself. Let's say I'm not a fan of the Dolphins. Uh, I'll be scared. I'll be like saying, "Wow, this team is not good." Why? And when I mean good, yeah, they got talent, they got rookies, they got young guys, but everything's brand new, right? So it's like when you buy a car, you want to try it out, and to try it out, you got to drive it for a long time, so you can have a wear and tear on that vehicle, and then you start adding new tires. You see where I'm coming from? You do your oil change every 3 months. I know you might say it doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel, right? How I feel. So that's who Miami is as an outsider. People are doubting us, and of course, you brought the question to me. Yes, you have ESPN, and it's okay to criticize. It's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to see things how you see it. Now, what do I see in a year and 2 or 3? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is when you see Miami. I don't like to use the word rebuilding. No, we are rebuilding. I don't want to use the word tanking because people use the word tanking. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel that way, Costa. I feel that as an outsider, I took the Dolphin. You know, we all praising Sullivan. We all praising Jeff Heffley. And let's be honest. On the part of Jeff, yes, he done something. In the part of Heffley, he hasn't done nothing. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying. See, right now, let's be honest. We all here in the chat. You cannot say Jeff Heffley is the best coach in the NFL. You see what I'm saying? You cannot say, Jeff, okay, that you like what he's doing, like the way he brought the team together, what he's looking for. I mean, you see his press conferences, and this is what happened to a lot of fans. This is the guy that we want. Remember, we said it with McDaniels. And then suddenly we hit rock bottom. That's Soberano. Thank you so much, buddy. And that's where I crossed the line, Costa, if you know what I mean. Let's be honest. We got to be honest. Yeah, you got to take the love out of it. Exactly. You got to take the love out of it. You got to take that out. You got to take it out, and you got to be real about it. You got to be realistic about it. And let's be honest. We hear all Dolphin fans. Let's be honest. All Dolphin fans, and I know you told me as an outsider, but I'm talking about the fans out here now because you got two type of fans: the fans and the fanatics. Okay, let's be honest. They look at this and they say, "Wow, we got the coach." The moment the coach starts losing, what's going to happen? Everybody jumps out of the bandwagon. That coach is terrible. Remember, he is a defensive coach. He's not an offensive coach. He's a defensive coach. And yes, you have the rights to give them opportunity to play in this league. Okay, right now, same thing as the rookies. You're giving Caleb a chance. You're giving, one thing I can tell you before I jump in the conclusion. Jeff, it is a master of finding talent. He is. You got to give what credit's due. That's not Jeff, sorry. Sullivan. He is good scouting guy. He can find his players. He's so good at it. On Jeff case, okay, there's where I have my doubts. I haven't seen him make a decision. I haven't seen him make a third quarter move. I haven't seen him take a substitution. I don't see him, I don't see Jeff yet what a coach supposed to do in the game. When the game is on the line, I want to see what Jeff could do. Okay, does he crack, or does he really make this team stand out? Do you see what I'm saying? Those are the things. That's when I look at preseason. Okay, because preseason is for evaluation, and you know what? You win, lose, or draw. You want to have some momentum. Okay, what momentum Miami will have going to the first game of the season against the Las Vegas Raiders? I can tell you right now, it's preseason, right? The games don't count. It doesn't matter. Well, in their head, they say, man, we just left the season with 3 games. And we couldn't win one game. But then let's look at the positive of it. What's the positive? And I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. First game, Commanders, good series, touchdown. That's it. That is all we have seen from this team. Now, I understand that there's 91 men in this roster, football players, professional football players. We understand we had 13 draft picks, rookies. I'm thankful and grateful for them giving opportunity and finding talent, because that's what Sullivan does. He does find talent. But for Jeff Hafley, he still has to prove me wrong. That makes sense? Don't know how you feel. Now, I'm not saying, hey, man, he's better than, because we can't say this, guys. And I know we'll say it. Well, he's better than McDaniels. McDaniel has some good things and some bad things. Okay. What hurt McDaniel in the foot? To be honest with you, is not being a head coach in the NFL, not having enough experience. Can't call timeout, can't make the substitution, can't do a good, play calling in the game. All those things that he did with the Dolphins, which I'm glad, and I wish him the best in San Diego. I really do. But listen, I have to see that from Jeff. Not what this guy did. I want to see Jeff in tough situation when the game is down the line. It's tied 13-13, 14-14. I want to see him call the fourth down play. If he has the gut to call the fourth down play, will he punt the ball? Will he go? So it's a time decision for a coach. I would like to see that. So I want to see Jeff in tough situation. Okay, let's use this preseason game right now. You're down 17-6. What are the adjustments you're going to do in the second half? Now, I know you guys are going to tell me, well, George, hold on. They're playing second string, third string. That's not the point. The point, if you're playing second string, third string, fourth string, and you want to make the team, you got to do something. Boy, if Saldi fails of hitting, well, I don't think Greer will be here anymore anyhow. I'm sorry, like Greer will get another chance of hiring a second head coach. That is so true. Don't know if you saw Troy Aikman, because Troy Aikman was the one who got. Listen, we got a good GM. I give him credit from the scouting report. We have a great GM. Remember, he got Matthews in Green Bay. He got Love in Green Bay. I mean, Sullivan has done well when it comes to drafting and finding talent. You got to give him credit. What credit is due, once again. When it comes to Jeff Hafley, that is one of my issue. I won't say issue, one of my concerns. Because I'm not going to call it an issue. Because I have to give him a break, give him a chance anyhow. I really do. Same thing as Solid. You got to give him a chance. And that's a great point you bring there. If Solly fails in hiring Hafley, he'll probably let him go and get a second coach. When Harbaugh was ready, supposedly when he was ready, ready to. And of course, we fired McDaniel because our owner thought he was going to get Harbaugh, and he ended up in New York. Uh, Everybody was like, "Wow, if we get Harbaugh, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If we would have gone to Harbaugh, I feel that we have the same thing. I'll be honest with you, because look what happened to Harbaugh in the last game of the playoffs. Putting a rookie to kick a field goal instead of using the veteran kicker. That's why he lost his job. And of course, he's been so long in Baltimore, so yes, and I agree with you. I think Solly will find the correct player for this team. That's going to take 1 year, 2 years, yes, possible 3 years. And one thing I could tell you, and that's another positive thing of Solly, Solly background. He is very wise to how to spend money in players to build a winning franchise back to a winning franchise, because that's what we was. Yeah, they did have to part away, but he made. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta make changes, and they did the right thing. And I got people that got mad at me because says, "Man, you think Harbaugh is not a?" I'm not saying he's a bad coach. Sometimes you need a fresh start someplace else, and that's what he did. You know, and listen, I know it's gonna be a tough year to swallow, right? A tough year, and it really is a tough year to swallow. It is. We're gonna see some goods. We're gonna see some bad. And listen, I totally agree with what Jeff said. Jeff Halfley said they're gonna be rookies. They're gonna make mistakes, but it's how they rebound from that mistake. So we're talking about players here. But now my question is this: what about Jeff Halfley? And I'm wishing him the best. I'll be honest with you, wish him the best, but he has to prove to us, the fan base. Okay, can you coach in this National Football League? Can you do it? That's what I want to see from Jeff Halfley. All right, we almost for the kickoff in the third quarter. Ooh, I forgot to put my halftime thing. So here's the kickoff. So Atlanta will start at the 23-yard line. Let me see if Cooper Rush is still the quarterback. See, another thing I'll be looking right now, Kosa, is actually a punter. I don't feel comfortable with that punter, but I believe once the rosters are cut, I do see Miami making some moves. They got $16 million in the cap space. They could use players. All right, here we go. First and 10 from the Atlanta 23. Who is the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons? I forgot to tell you guys the statistics, but that's okay. All right. What a great start for the Atlanta Falcons. First play, illegal formation. First and 15. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. So it's first and 15 at the Atlanta 18-yard line. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to take care of some stuff here. So, Strand is playing. I like that quarterback. He had a good game last week. He throws for a 9-yard pass to Keelan Marion, wide receiver. So it's 2nd and 6 at the Atlanta 27-yard line. All right, 2nd and 6 from the Atlanta 27-yard line. Here's Strand to pass and short out of bounds for probably 2 yards. 1 yard? Yeah, 3rd and 5 on 3rd and 4 at the Atlanta 29-yard line. Lonnie Johnson Jr. made the tackle. So far, 3 solo tackles tonight. So can the Dolphin defense hold here? 3rd and 4, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, their defense has played pretty well tonight. Not as bad as you think. They have played pretty well. They have made some good stop. All right, here's Strand back to. Oh, he is sacked. Wow, sacked by Coleman and Butler. So I guess they split the sack. Wow. 4th and 10 at the Atlanta 23. Here comes the punting unit. The punting unit. Ugh. Let me get some water. On my side here, believe it or not, I'm watching 3 games. You got Buccaneers, you got Jaguars, you got Cincinnati and Bengals. Wow. Right, here's the punt. 1st and 10, and the ball is down by. Who's that? On this 1st and 10, the Miami 26-yard line. Who's that? Who? That was McLaughlin. Out of bounds by McLaughlin. Oh, the ball went out of bounds. Never mind. All right, 1st and 10 at the Miami 26. Miami trailed 17-6, guys. Last preseason game for both teams. Atlanta with a record of 1-1. Miami 0-2. Miami looking for the first preseason win, by the way. All right, let's see who's the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. That's weird. Okay. Let's try this. See what happens. Really? Okay. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. I don't need this. What the heck is going on here? I need the NFL. All right, Bailey punts for 51 yards to Miami 26. Center McLaughlin out of bounds. All right, so 17-6. Miami do have the ball. They're on the commercial break right now, waiting to the comeback. As far as position and possible depth, I believe Miami is good. Kosa in the offensive line. But adding 2 offensive tackle, I think will help for backup purposes. On defense, I'm worried on the secondary. If Miami could put pressure up front, as far as position, right? Possible depth. I mean, they gotta add a quarterback. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think they have a good quarterback behind Malik Willis. I believe that. Probably a good safety, a good cornerback if they could get. will help the team. I think a veteran wide receiver also will help Malik Willis. I'm not saying that Malik Washington could be. Here's a handoff for -1 yard to Washington, so it'll be 2nd and 11. Wow, they went backwards 1 yard. All right, so Gronkowski's just passed incomplete, short right, so incomplete. So we have the other quarterback playing in. Wow. 2nd and 11 at Miami 25-yard line. Carlos Washington Jr., 6 carries, 12 yards. Here's Mark Gronowski, whatever his name is. Wow, 3rd and 11, incomplete. Wow, it looks terrible for this team, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Doesn't look well at all. 11:51 in the third. Miami trails 17-6. Go, Gronowski, whatever his name is. He has a weird name. Gronosk. It looks like Gronoswisk. Or Gronoski, whatever his name is. Is he Italian or what? All right, 3rd and 11. He's 1 for 2 for 33 yards. Wow. Deep pass to Terrence Marshall. Great catch. 1st and 10 at the Miami 42-yard line. Nice throw, 33 yards. He's now 1 for 2 for 33 yards. Wow. Let's see if he can stick it to the end zone, man. See if he can score a touchdown. Score Miami's 2nd touchdown of the preseason. Bad versus bad. Oh, man. All right, 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 42-yard line. Wow, good catch by this guy, too. Terrence Marshall Jr. trying to make the team. And here's another deep pass. Wow, 18 yards. Hey, the man's cooking now. He's 2 for 2 in the last 2 things. Jalen Tolbert, 4 receptions, 45 yards, trying to make the team. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 24-yard line. Do we see the Miami Dolphins scoring our first touchdown? Poland. All right, 1st and 10 from the Atlanta 24-yard line. So far, Mark is 2 for 3. Oh, defensive pass interference. How about that? On Tolbert, so that's added 10 more yards. That's Clark Phillips. So 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 23. So there was a flag there. Late flag, I guess. All right, 1st and 10. Let's see if the Miami Dolphins get their 2nd touchdown of the preseason, trailing 17-6, and make this game interesting. So it was a 19-yard pass, and then it was oh wow, best run tonight. Carlos Washington up the left guard for 6 yards. All right, so 2nd and 4 at the Atlanta 17-yard line. I guess Jeff popped up this guy's. Go, you right. Hey, we need a quarterback, that's for sure. Right, 2nd and 4 from the Atlanta 17-yard line. Can we score a touchdown here, guys? Our 2nd touchdown of the preseason. I wonder what Hot Dog went. Did he quit on us? Did he left us? All right, here's another handoff, and wow, okay, wow, good run. Another 3 yards. Not bad. So it'll be 3rd and 1 at the Atlanta 14-yard line. Here we go. Dolphin trail 17-6. 3rd and 1 at the 14. Pick up the first down. Will be a 1st and goal for the Miami Dolphins. Of course, I say he's praying. Oh, come on, guys. At least show some love here at the end of the game, man. So show some heart, you know. Show some heart. Wow. Up the middle, no gain. 4th and 1. Okay, here we go. 4th, yeah, come back. All right, 4th and 1. So here's what I want to see. Will he go for it, or he has confidence that hey, let's go for a field goal? Because if you score a field goal here, man, that means you have no confidence on your team. So here we go. 4th and 1. Probably the first call of Jeff Hafley's career on preseason on 4th and 1. Kenny gets the first down. This is interesting, guys. 4th and 1 with 8:43 remaining. And how about that? Handoff to Carlos Washington up the middle for 10 yards. Actually, 11 yards. 1st and goal. Go for it and go. You got it. He got it. 1st and goal for Miami from the Atlanta 3-yard line. Wow, great run up the middle. 11 yards, man. Good open hole right there. All right, 1st and goal. Here we go. Miami trailing 17-6. Can Miami get their second touchdown of the preseason? Let's get excited here, guys. Miami down 17-6 with 7:56 remaining. 1st and goal from the Atlanta 3-yard line. Here we go. Here's a handoff and nowhere. 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. So 2nd and goal at the 1. So give him 2 yards. They give him 2 yards. So it was 1st and 3. So they give him 2 yards. So here we go. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dolphin trailing 17-6. Can they get that touchdown? Costa said, go for it, go for it. You in line, go for it. 2nd and goal from the 1. Once again, Dolphin trailing 17-6. Do we have a run here? Play action pass. Here's another handoff and woo. Went backwards. Minus 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and goal. All right, Dolphins. Come on, guys. Get this touchdown. 3rd and goal from the 3. Can the Miami Dolphins score a touchdown, guys? I'll go for it on 4th down. Trust me if I don't make it. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the, and wow. Tio Weiss, incomplete. 4th and goal. Tell me don't go for a field goal, guys. Just go for it. It's preseason. Go for it. Yeah, great run. It was a great run. It was. But now they stopped them. So 4th and goal. All right, there is a flag against Miami. False start. Oh, Toledo, man. Wow. These are the mistakes that Jeff said that he wants to eliminate. It's now 4th and goal from the Atlanta 8. I guess they're going for the field goal. They're not going to go for the touchdown. I will gamble. I will go for the touchdown. What are the chances, right? Fourth and goal from the Atlanta 8. Will he go for it? Nope, he's going for the field goal. The kick is up, and it's good. So, field goal for the Miami Dolphins. They're trail 17-9. See, the difference between this, Beast Jr. Well, they only got 3, Kosa. That's all they got, 3. Miami trails 17-9 with 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Let me give you some statistics. See if I get some stats here before I. All right, here we go. Tua was 7 for 8 for 95 yards. Cooper Rush, 13 for 18 for 106 yards, 1 touchdown. Jack Strand is 2 for 2 for 11 yards. Leading rusher for the Atlanta Falcons, Brian Robinson, 5 carries, 14 yards. Tyler Goodson, 5 carries, 5 yards. Tua Tagovailoa, 1 carry, 0 yards. In receiving, Kyle Pitt, 3 receptions, 59 yards. The longest was, 37 yards. Tyler Goodson, 2 receptions, 36 yards. Jalen Dobson, 3 receptions, 27 yards. Those are the leading for the Atlanta Falcons. For the Miami Dolphins, Cam Miller was 7 for 16 for 71 yards, a 4.4 average. He was sacked twice. Mark, so far 1 for 3 for 33 yards. He just got into the game. Rushing, Carlos Washington, 12 for 32, a 2.7 average. Well, those 3 points might come in handy later on. Cam Miller has 3 carries, 8 yards. Receiving, Terrence Marshall, 2 receptions, 49 yards. Pitt soon looks, beast. Yeah, he is. That he might help. He's going to help the team a lot. Jalen Tolbert has 3 catches, 27 yards. Chris Bell, 2 catches, 22 yards. And T.O. Weiss Jr., 1 catch for 6 yards. We had a total of 8 catches for 104 yards in the game. Right, let's get back to the game. 6:20 remaining. Miami trails 17-9. Let's see what the defense can do. Get the ball back. See if we could drive and win this game. Just to build some confidence, guy. Man, I'm getting hungry now. Getting hungry. What did I drop? There's a lot of games tonight in the NFL. Just let me see. I do have a scoreboard here. Where did my scoreboard went? Hey, where's my scoreboard? Where's my scoreboard? Let's go scoreboard. Okay. In the NFL today, let's get the NFL. We got Falcons beating Dolphins 17-9 in the third quarter. We have Ravens 41, Commander 3 in the fourth quarter. 2-minute warning. You got Texans 3, Panthers 9 in the third. You have Giants beating the Jets 10-6. Jaguars beating Buccaneers 3-0. Bengals up 9-0 over the Eagles. Seahawks and Chiefs up 6-3 in the second. These are early games. Cowboys trading the Saints 10-6 in the second. Cardinals and Packers tied 17-17. Just started Vikings and Broncos. On Thursday night, always like seeing this fan. Bills beat the Steelers 28-27. Patriots lost to the Browns 37-13. 49ers beat the Raiders 18-12. Rams beat the Chargers 20-18. And then the last game will be tomorrow, Lions and Colts. And that's it. Last game of the preseason. No more. All right, here's the kickoff. They get the ball at the 20-yard line, touchback, and now they start from the 20. Here's a handoff to Nathan Carter for 2 yards. So let's see if the Dolphin defense can hold. We'll get a turnover here and make this game exciting tonight. So Strand's still the quarterback, by the way. 2nd and 8 from the Atlanta 20-yard line. Atlanta up 17-9. Here's a handoff to Nathan Carter up the middle and to right, actually behind the right guard for 7 yards. So 3rd and 1 for the Dolphin defense. Can they stop the 3rd and 1? Trailing 17-9 with 5:34 in the third. No, there's no starters. I think they're backup. I was watching their names there. I think they're backup players. All right. Wow. What a. Oof. Cam Rice. What a hit, buddy. No gain. 4th and 1. Miami gets the ball back. Let's go defense. Wow. Great stop. Dolphin get the ball back. Let's get a return for a touchdown. I want to see a return for a touchdown here. Let's get a touchdown here return. All right, Miami defense with the stop. Five minutes remaining in the third quarter. You know, one thing I am seeing, yeah, left center's limping. Yep. One thing about the defense, their defense playing pretty well. Go D. Let's go. I just want to see a punt return. Wow. Player out of bounds on the kick. Jelly bunch 44 yards. McLaughlin out of bounds. Punting on Atlanta. Player out of bounds on the enforce. No play. This is where they make mistakes. And guys come in, start making mistakes. Yeah, we want points. I do want to see points. I'm tired of field goals. The Dolphins has kicked 3 field goals here tonight. Yeah, I want to see some excitement. I want to see something good come out of this preseason game. I really do. Well, how can you step away? We want points. How can you step out of bounds? All right, 1st and 10 at the Miami get the ball at the 28-yard line, fair catch. So, out of bounds really. So here we go, 1st and 10 at the Miami 28-yard line. Let's see what we can do here, guys. Let's see if we get a touchdown here. Come on, let's root for our team, man. Let's see something positive for this team tonight. First and 10 at the Miami 28-yard line. Can we see a miracle for the Dolphins? Remember Cameron, what's his name? Drake. Not Cameron Drake. Against New England Patriots. What the heck is this? That's weird. Okay. All right, 1st and 10 at the Miami 28-yard line. Come on. Make it the comeback, kids. Carlos said, let's go Dolphins. We want to see something good, man. 3:54 remaining in the third quarter. I'm surprised my brother hasn't called me. And he lives in Miami. He's actually 2-3 miles away from the baseball stadium. I don't know how far he is from the football stadium, but he called me today and told me that you can see the Marlins when they win. You can see the firecrackers come out. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 at the Miami 28. Dolphin trailing 17-9. Can we see the Miracle Dolphins win this game tonight? Bailey has 4 punts, a 56.25 average, the longest 63. Yeah, former Dolphin. All right, here's wow, good throw by Mark, right? Yeah, Mark goes that deep to Rigger for 17 yards at the Miami 45. Good catch, Rigger. 1st and 10. He's trying to make the team too. 1st and 10 at the Miami 45-yard line. Mark 2 for 4 for 50 yards. Come on, Mark. Let's go. Let's do it. Dolphin trail 17-9. Don't give me another field goal. Here's a handoff to Coleman Bennett for 3 yards? So should be 2nd and 7 at the Miami 48. You're right, Kosa. Listen, I hope so, man. That'd be nice. He makes the team, and they cut Ewers and they cut Miller. I bet you if he score a touchdown, that probably will happen. All right, 2nd and 7 at the Miami 48-yard line. Let's go. The Miracle Dolphins with 3:15 and counting in the third. All right, here goes. Wow, what a good run by Mark up the middle for 10 yards. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 42. Here we go. Come on, let's get it. Good run, 10 yards. Let's get that touchdown. Touchdown at 2-point conversion, tie the game up. All right, from the Atlanta 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Dolphins with 2:38 and counting. Before we go to the fourth quarter, Miami down 17-9. All right, here's a pass, and it's incomplete to DJ Herman, fullback. By the way, Miami will not have a fullback in this game. Running game is getting it done. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but see, when I see that, it's because their offensive line is actually blocking. But can they stay healthy? Can they add some more depth to it? All right, 2nd and 10 from the Atlanta 42. Dolphin trailing 17-9 with 1:54 and counting in the third quarter. Man, can we see a deep pass for a touchdown? That'd be nice. Second and 10 from the Atlanta 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to Coleman Bennett for 3 yards? 3rd and 7 at the Atlanta 39. So pick up 3 yards. So a critical 3rd and 7 for the Miami Dolphins with 1:47 remaining in the third quarter. You say what? 3rd and 7 from the Atlanta. Whoa, here we go. Up the middle for 14 yards. Wow, he just took off running. Come on, Mark. That quarterback's running. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 25. Another first down. Yeah, right. He threw his hands. Yeah, right through his hand, buddy. That's why I don't want to say nothing because you probably get upset. What? All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Great run by the quarterback. So far, Mark, 2 carries, 24 yards. He probably lead the team in rushing tonight. 14-yard run for Mark. Here we go. 1st and 10. 21 seconds. And there's a handoff to Coleman Brooks. No gain. So that is the end of the third quarter. So one more quarter and we're going home to sleep. All right. So we go with the fourth quarter, rating 17-9, and it's 2nd and 10 from the Atlanta 25-yard line. Man, can they punch it in here? See, that's another thing. I want to see this team momentum. I want to see this team really, which I think that's what I'm going to see this year, close up. We're going to see this team battling. I think we're going to battle every game. Are we going to win every game? I doubt it. But if they could be in the game and they could battle and they could fight each single Sunday, because, we don't have a primetime game this year either. So, wow, the Orioles are playing the Athletics tonight. I hope they win. It's my baseball team. Wow. Dolphins trailing 17-9. Wow. Oh, we got some storms coming tonight. We got some heavy rains coming tonight. I love the clock Sunday afternoon start. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I love the 1 o'clock. Me too. I love those games 1 o'clock. And it's easier for more enjoy. Stay home on Sunday, man, and watch the games. To be honest with you, I like to watch every game, even though I'm a Dolphin fan. I like to watch every game. I like to see how well everybody does. All right, 2nd and 10 from the Atlanta 25. Miami trails 17-9. Can they come back here and win this game tonight? That'll be nice. I'll tell you something. If this quarterback wins the game, I think he'll get a roster spot. Trust me. The reason why I don't think they'll let Quinn Ewers go is because Quinn Ewers has played with Miami, but who knows? His job's on the line too. Man, can the Dolphins pull the miracle here? Sounds like you really enjoy the sports. How about? Yeah, I like college. I'm a Hurricane fan. Miami Hurricane. By the way, I have to come up with my picks this year in college football. Whoa, look at that throw to Teal Weiss Jr. 15 yards and a first down for the Miami Dolphins. First and goal at the Miami. Actually, at the Atlanta 10, Miami, at the Atlanta 10-yard line. Now I'm drinking. First and goal for the Dolphins. Come on, let's go. Come on, Mark. Teal Weiss Jr. with the catch. 2 receptions, 21 yards, and a first down. 3 for 6 for Mark tonight. Can we get a touchdown? Let's get the touchdown, guys. Yeah, I like college football. I do. I'm a Hurricane fan, which I'm upset because they ranked them 11 or 10th this year, behind Notre Dame, and they beat Notre Dame. And they were what? They went to the national championship last year. So I don't know. All right, here's a handoff to. Oh no, that's Mark again running. I thought it was a handoff. Mark, I tell you, the quarterback is running. 2nd and goal at the Atlanta 6. Let's go. Let's go, Dolphins. Let's go. I gotta get my new Dolphin touchdown. Let me see for a second. Let me see if I have this here. Hold on. You probably laugh. I might have it. Let me see if it's here. I know you can hear me now, but let me see if I can find the button here. I do have a button here. It says first down. You see, that's the touchdown. If they score a touchdown, that's what you're going to hear. I knew I had a button here. Oh, boy, fumble. Fumble recovered by the Falcons. Wow. God. Oh, well, that is a fumble. Yeah, that's true. They've always been disrespected. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Back then, when they had, I don't know if you were close. I don't know how old you are, but I'm not trying to say anything bad. But they had Jim Kelly. I remember when they had Jim Kelly in University of Miami, and then they had Bernie Kosar, and they. But listen, they had a great team. They had Lewis going to the Ravens. Um, they had the other guy going to the Jets, the cornerback. Yeah, we fumble, Kosa. We fumble, buddy. Fumble recovery. Mark, that probably lost his job right there. Probably lost his job. Wow, man. Tough one there. That is awful. We were second and goal at the 6-yard line. See, that's another thing you have to remind ourselves that in sports, don't try to do something as if it's not there. And but you know what? It's a game of inches. It's a game of wow. Carolina Panthers just scored a touchdown. That's crazy. You don't have to look at the replay on that one. 15-6. Look at the replay. Huh. Yeah, that's so true, Kosa. That is so true. Why we make it hard to us, as that is true. I mean, it's sometimes I feel that the ball doesn't come our way. Yeah, I love the Panthers. I love the Panthers. I really do. Here's a handoff to Cass Jones for 2 yards to the Atlanta 24. So 2nd and 8 for the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, I like that's my son team. They look pretty well. I like. They got Jalen Phillip from the Dolphins, and they got a good team. They're up what? Oh, it took away a touchdown. I guess they're second and goal, so that it's not a touchdown. I guess the replay overturn it. Come on, Dolphins, get a turnover here. Get an interception. Do something here. Here's a short pass. So it'll be 3rd and 1 at the Atlanta 31. So let's see if the defense can hold. So 12:45 remaining in the fourth. Yeah, I like the Panthers. I like the Panthers. There's a lot of teams that'll be surprised this year. You'll see my picks coming up too. My actual picks by division. Wow. Here we go. Oh wow, great stop of the defense. 4th and 1. So Miami will get the ball back. Dolphins get the ball back. Well, 12-13 remaining and counting. Great stop of the defense. One thing I could tell you, the defense that came to play. Yeah, ouch. He's ouch. Yeah, I mean, let's see if he can redeem himself, get the ball back and redeem himself and score a touchdown. All right, touchdown, Carolina Panthers. Now it's really a touchdown. So the Panther did score a touchdown. After they say it was not a touchdown. So it's 15-6 Panthers with the extra point remaining. You just gotta watch out with the fake here. 4th and 1 at the Atlanta 31. Wow, not a good return. Just 3 yards. We start from the 16-yard line. Yeah, our defense. I'm really impressed with the second and third string defense player. Even though I know that Atlanta's not playing their starters, but right. Let's see if Mark can redeem himself. If he can redeem himself and get a touchdown here. One thing that Dolphins need this year, a Cosa that I have not talked about, they're going to need big plays, explosive plays. I know from Malik Willis, I understand it from the quarterback, but I think also the receivers. Listen, I do love the receivers. You know, Caleb, Coleman, and uh, and Douglas. You know, I mean Caleb, Douglas, Coleman, and the other guy. I think they'll be good. They'll be exciting to watch, especially these young guys. I mean, I don't leave Malik Washington either out of it. But Malik Washington is not a slot receiver. I don't feel he's a slot receiver. He's a good punt returner, good kickoff returner. I mean, he's a good receiver, but he's not the guy that I'm looking for. It's like we said earlier, Kosa. I mean, I know you agree with me, but man, I do believe a lot in chemistry, man. I do believe in sports. You know, every quarterback in this league has a go to guy. You know, right now I look at the Dolphins. I mean, I don't see that. And I'm not saying they could have one. Yes, they could have one, but I don't see it in the Dolphins right now. Because the question nobody asked, probably Malik, how do you feel comfortable with the receiving core that you have? I don't think nobody has present him with that question. And if he did, he probably answered, listen, they all new, they all learned the system. You just gotta play together. That's the hard part. But see, you want to do that in preseason. You want to do that in practice. You want to do that in OTAs. You want to do that in minicamp. You know. But then if you only play one time, I mean, I'm sorry I bring this up every time, but you only play one series. That's it. One one series the whole entire preseason, and you already feel comfortable as a coach. I mean, that is a lot of trust on the players. Let's be honest. But I don't know, man. All right, 1st and 10, and there is a flag down the Atlanta defensive holding. So that gives Miami 1st and 10 at the 21 with 11:20. So I hope he uses hurry up offense here. See if they can score. Carolina Panthers up 16-6 with 8:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oh, they look good. Here's Bennett up the middle for no gain. 2nd and 10. You see right there, I will not run the ball. I mean, you're down 11 points. Oh, not 11 points. You're down the 2-point conversion, a touchdown. Just go ahead and just throw the ball. Don't run the ball. So 2nd and 10 from the Miami 21-yard line. Yeah, I mean, so expect to beat Vegas is a bit unreasonable. Yeah. I mean, I just feel that I know that Solly and Jeff and Malik play the system ball. Here we go. Penalty on Miami. Illegal formation, 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Now they're going backwards. 2nd and 15 at the Miami 16-yard line. See, these are the stuff that's going to piss off. That's going to get mad. It's going to get Jeff mad. These penalties, these mistakes. These are the stuff that he said in the press conference we have to eliminate. But and the reason why they got Malik Willis is because They know him from Green Bay. Let's be honest. And was it a better fit for Miami? We just don't know that. You know, because you also put him a league in the position. You got a new offensive line, young guys with Proctor and Jonah. Even Jonah's been here over a year now. Okay, you got Patrick Paul, which you got a good, decent offensive line. But then you put in a position. Wow, look at that. Here's what a throw. That was for 31 yards for AJ Henning, wide receiver. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 47-yard line. Wow, good throw by Mark. So Mark now is 4 for 7 for 96 yards. So I guess he's the best quarterback tonight. So 1st and 10 with 9:52 remaining. Great throw by Mark. Yeah, it is time for them throwing the ball, and I guess they hurt us. I mean, I would not run the ball. You're down. You're down. So 1st and 10 at the Miami 47. I mean, can him, if he could redeem himself and get a touchdown here, man, that'd be great for the guy. I really rooting for the guy, man. I really am. All right, there's a pass that's deep up the middle to Rigger. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the Miami 47. Wow. You see, this is where I'm concerned, right? You need to get together and get some rap together. Like that, you could feel comfortable. So 2nd and 10 at the Miami 47, trailing 17-9. Here's Bennett up the middle for what, 3 yards? So it'll be 3rd and 7 at the 50-yard line. So Bennett so far 5 carries, 9 yards. Not good at all. All right, a crucial 3rd and 7 at the 50-yard line, which I think they're gonna have to go on 4th down. Yeah, nice run for Henning. Yep. That's another one that needs to make the club. But we got so many talented wide receivers. 3rd and 7 for the 50-yard line. Dolphin trail 17-9. Can we get a first down here, guys? Keep this drive going. Wow, he has sack. 4th and 8. Yeah, come on. Hey, do you think that Tua will make the roster for the Atlanta Falcons? I don't think he is. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 15-yard line. All right, 7:52. Miami defense got to come up with a turnover here. Or a pick six. I want to see something good happen to the defense. If the offense cannot pick it up, let's let the defense pick it up. Dolphin trail 17-9. Wow. Close to say, come on. I'm gonna tell you something, and this is something that you said earlier about becoming a fan or not a fan or not being a fan. Man, you got to put the best product on the field, because if you don't put the best product on the field, your empty your stadium seats will be empty. And I don't think the owner of the Miami Dolphins would like that at all. Man, can we get a pick six here? A pick six, a fumble, or something here? $7.52. Time's running out for the Miami Dolphins, guys. So far, one total touchdown for the Miami Dolphins in 3 preseason games. That is a fact. Oh, I'm watching the the other game here. Carolina 16-6. I even got Tampa Bay here too. Let me see where Tampa Bay is. Wow, Bengals 9, Eagles 3. That's crazy. Bengals 9, Eagles 6. Okay, so you think you'll make it? All right, here's a handoff to Nathan Carter for 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6 at the Atlanta 19-yard line. Well, they give him 5 yards to the 20-yard line. 7:52 and counting. Time's running out for the Miami Dolphins, guys. Trading 17-9. Here's the good thing about this, believe it or not. I was watching. Uh Atlanta has not scored a point since the first half. They score all 17 points in the first half. Miami has scored 3 points in every quarter. So 2nd and 5. Come on, we need a turnover or a sack here. Here's a flag on the Atlanta penalty on offensive holding, 10 yards back. So 2nd and 15 from the Atlanta 10. Come on, man. We need a turnover. Come on, guys. 7:13 in the fourth. You have Jaguars 11, Tampa Bay nothing in the fourth quarter. Come on, defense. 6:50 and counting. We need a turnover here, guys. Second and 15 from the Atlanta 10. Dolphin trail 17-9. Here's a pass short and middle for Vinny Anthony for what, 7 yards? So 3rd and 8 at the Atlanta 17. So we need a stop here. We need a turnover. The only thing is the time is not favorable for the Dolphins. Not at all. All right, 3rd and 8 from the Atlanta 17. Dolphins rating 17-9. Under 6:50 and counting in the game. Can we get a stop? Can we get a sack? Can we get a fumble? Can we get an interception? All right, 5:58 remaining. Intercepted. Oh, I called it. Interception, Miami Dolphins. Intercepted. What an interception. Great interception. Woo! Miles batted cornerback. Woo, baby. We got an interception. Wow. Defense, 3 turnovers tonight, by the way. Interception, Miami Dolphins. Let's go, guys. Let's go. They got the ball right there. Wow. 5:58 remaining. Miles batters, cornerback. Here we go. Let's go, Dolphins. Let's get their first win of the season, man. Come on. Interception. All right, here we go. And he is sacked. Wow. 2nd and 10 and 19. Get up, man. Get up and get that touchdown. 17-9 with 5:58. If we get a field goal here and get the ball back and win the game, that'd be nice. 2nd and 10 at the Atlanta 19. Mark got sacked, by the way, for no gain. 2nd and 10. Wow. Come on, Mark. Come on. Let's go. I'm rooting for the guy, dude. I am rooting for the guy. I tell you, defense has played well, man. Gotta give him credit. Get that touchdown. Here is a handoff up the middle. You don't run the ball, buddy. You don't run the ball. See, this is a coaching mistake. You don't run the ball under 5 minutes, and you're down. So it'll be 38 at the Atlanta 17. So I bet they're going for the field goal, kick, an offside kick, or stop Atlanta, get the ball back, and win the game. That'll be nice. All right, 3rd and 8 from the Atlanta 17. 4:33 and counting. Time is not good on the Dolphins side. Trailing 17-9. Trailing 17-9. Come on, let's get a touchdown. Let's get a first down. Let's make it 1st and goal. Let's go, Mark. And he is sacked again. So Miami's going for a field goal. Wow. Putting pressure. Falcons putting pressure. So 4th and 9, and the kick is up. And yes, another field goal for the Miami Dolphins. So 17-12. Can the defense hold Atlanta and get the winning drive for this game? Wow. Dolphins are down to 17-12 with 3:52 remaining. Oh boy. Excuse me, myself. Excuse me. Oops, my bad. My microphone. Come on, Dolphins. Come on, guys. 3:52 in the fourth. Let's see if we get another turnover here in the kickoff. Another fumble. A recover. So far, I call it right. We got an interception. God, Dolphins has scored in every quarter. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 points in the fourth quarter. At least we have scored in every quarter, but just field goals. Imagine if there were touchdowns. I'm going to say this. What the teams you're facing in your schedule, field goals ain't going to kick it. That ain't going to do it. Wow. Right, ready for the kickoff. I should make myself some coffee. Yeah, wow. That's true. Rest in peace. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you on that one. I totally agree. Yes, I totally agree. Wow. First and goal, Falcons. Oh, my bad. Not first and goal. First and 10 for the Miami 46. Wow, what a good kickoff return. Sorry, not first and goal. I apologize. We can't win this game. I don't know, man. That punt return, he took it all the way to the Miami 46-yard line. If they hit the field goal here, it's over with. That was a good return. 46 yards, 51 yards, second and 5. Here we go. Jones left tackle for 5 yards, second and 5, then Miami 41. Come on, we need a turnover. We need a turnover. I know they're going to run the clock. God, we get another turnover here, another interception. Second and 5 for the Miami 41 as the clock is running. I wonder if Jeff's going to use his timeout. That's another good question. All right, there is a false start, thank God. False start against Atlanta with 3:01 remaining. So it'll be second and 10 at the Miami 46. Come on, guys, get another turnover. Get a sack, get a fumble. Oh, man, that punt return was devastating. Yeah, it was. I thought he was at the goal line, but I guess we need a sack here. We need a sack, a strip sack here, and get the ball back. All right, second and 10 at the Miami 46 with 3:01 remaining. Did Miami call a timeout? No. Miami has 3 timeouts. Atlanta has their 3 timeouts. Here's a scramble. Ooh, they almost had him sack. He picked up 1 yard. Ah, man, we had the quarterback, dude. But good defense, anyhow. Good defense. Good defense. I thought they had the sack. So 39 at the Miami 45. Come on, man. We need a sack. We need a pressure here. Getting close to the 2-minute warning. Let's go defense because that defense played well tonight. You got to give them credit, really. All 17 points are scored in the on the first half by the Atlanta Falcons. Come on, get that sack. Put that pressure, Jeff. Get that fumble. When you get that fumble, sack, fumble, and get the ball. And win the game. Wow. First and 10. That's it. 2-minute warning. First and 10 at the Miami 35-yard line. Wow, man. Well, tough one, man. Tough one. 2-minute warning. Miami going to have to call the 3 timeouts. Defense couldn't hold on that one, but hey, you got to give them credit. First and 10 at the Miami 35. 2-minute warning. Yep. Yeah, this game is over already. So Miami's going to end up 0-3 unless we get a miracle right here and get an interception or a fumble. That's the only way, guys. But see, these are the games that you're going to have to consider Miami losing the rest of the season, depending what kind of their opponent. The only thing I believe they'll be the Jets. Probably they'll be the Jets twice. The Jets are not that good. But once again, Miami either. So I guess Costa, everybody bailed on us. You're the only one who's staying. I appreciate you by staying. But I guess we're the only one here. No, don't know if Aqua Veil is here. Probably went to bed. First and 10 at the Miami 35, 2-minute warning. Can we get a turnover? Can we get something? Can we get a miracle here, man? A fumble recovery for a touchdown. Something good has to give up for this Dolphin. You see, exactly, Kosa. See, that's what I'm saying. So people, they're okay. So fans that are watching this, let's use fans. I'm not gonna say people. Fans that are watching this. So, what are you thinking about the Miami Dolphins? Okay, I know you're gonna hear this. Well, they're not playing their starters. They're playing their second string, their third string. Yeah, but you know, yeah, exactly. So when you watch this, what is your reaction? And yes, I understand they're backup players. Here's what I really like. The defense forced 3 turnovers. They had 2 fumble and interception. That's the bright side of it. But on the offensive side, what did you saw? We didn't see anything. I wonder if Jeff would manage just like a real game, call his 3 timeouts, try to stop him on this play, get the ball back. They'd probably be down what 20 to 12. So it's going to have to be a touchdown, 2-point conversion to make it 20-20 under 2 minutes. Because you know what's going to happen now. They're going to run the ball 3 times. There you go. Jones up the middle, -2 yards, timeout, Dolphins. They got to go to timeout. 2nd and 2 at the Miami 37. So now we're seeing Jeff Hafley finally coach the final preseason game. All right, Dolphins do call the first time out. So that's going to leave them with two timeouts. Man, can we get a sack here, a strip, or a fumble? Can we get something here? Show some life for this team. Oh boy! Wow, a pass for 8 yards. Third and fourth, another timeout for the Dolphins. So now here comes a good point. Let's say Miami stops Atlanta. Let's say Atlanta misses the field goal or makes the field goal. Something that Jeff talked about. We need to work on 2-minute drills. All right, so now I want to see them work on their 2-minute drills. And of course, it's going to be with no timeouts, but they got to stop them here. So it's third down for the Falcons. Yeah, Burns playing because I guarantee you he wants to make the roster, which I got him making the roster, by the way. And this is where I think Miami's adding their depth because they're playing these guys a little longer. But man, can we get a turnover here? I called it earlier, interception. So we need a turnover here. Imagine a interception return for a touchdown or a fumble return for a touchdown. So Miami just called the first and last time out, I guess. Don't know what happened there, but all right. It's over, 2nd and 11, so it's over already. I guess they got the first down already, so that's it. That's the ball game right there. The Dolphins go 0-3, guys, for the preseason. Unfortunately, now we're what? We're 19 days away plus 2 days, or 17 days away, 16 days away for opening day in the NFL. Miami versus Las Vegas Raider. Unfortunately, guys, Miami lost a tough game. Gotta give credit to the defensive side. And this is the results. Tomorrow I'll come up and talk about what do I see. But before I leave, guys, I'm gonna give it one more time. This is my 53-man roster. Uh, you guys can have yours. It's 4th and 13 with 32 seconds left, and that is the ball game in Miami. Uh, I have Malik Willis. I don't think Quinn Ewers is going to be here. If right now you tell me between these two quarterback, Cam and Mark, I think Mark did better than Cam. Unfortunately, you can't score field goals in this league. Running back, I got A-Chain, Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon the second, Jarquez Hunter, great running back from the Rams with the trade with Tutu Atwell. Tight ends, Greg Dolphin, Will Kasmerick is good. Ben Smith, great blocker. Wide receiver, Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr., Jalen Tolbert. I believe he's going to make it. Jalen Rigger probably make the roster. Then you got your offensive line, which we need to add that. By the way, the final score was 17-12, Atlanta. So the Dolphins finished 0-3 in preseason. Offensive tackle, Patrick Paul, Austin Jackson, Wallace, Proctor, Savanaya, DJ Campbell. We had a couple of flags tonight. Josh Preedy, Aaron Brewer, of course, Andrew Myers. In the, my bad, let me take this up. In the defense, once again, Chop Robinson, Uke Jr., Max Farwell, Cameron Good. Defensive tackle, Zach Sealer, should be turning back for the game. Game one against the Raiders. Kenneth Grant, who got injured. We don't know his timeline yet. Jordan Phillip, Sick Biggers, Matthew Butler. Linebacker, man, this is where we are good at, but so many injuries. Jordan Brooks, Jacob Rodriguez, Tyrell Dobson, Kyle Lewis, Ronnie Harrison Jr., Willie Gay Jr. I got him making the team. And the reason why I do got Willie Gay making the team is because of the injuries to Brooks and Rodriguez. So who knows? They'll be back probably by game one. Then you have your cornerback, the weaknesses, Chris Johnson, Juju Brents, Jason Marshall, Ethan Barner. Got burned a couple of times, but he did make tackles. AJ Green the third. Then you have your safety, Dante Trader Jr., Zach Anderson, Michael Taffy, and Major Burns. And then your special team, which I do not like the punter at all. We need to get a punter, guys. So Riley Patterson, your kicker, and your long snapper, and that's it. So this is your final preseason game as Miami lose once again, 17-12 this time. They finally scored 12 points. They averaged 7 points the first game. The second game, they put 3, and they put 12 tonight, all field goals. Once again, thank you so much for joining in the chat. Thank you for Costa being here, Arco Veo that was here, Hot Dog that was here, Carlos Fierros that was here. Everybody that actually came into the chat, thank you so much. You got Soberano also that was here. I know there was somebody else here that I saw a few minutes ago that gave me all these nice stars. But anyhow, and thank Costa to be with me here all day through the whole game. I mean, we have fun. I mean, we have fun, but this is the real deal now. Okay. Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you for showing me up the preseason, man. somewhat entertainment. But yeah, we're gonna get together in a real life game, and I am gonna do a real life game. So once the season starts, but this is giving an example. Now comes the roster cuts, and we should know something tomorrow or Sunday. It is a tough decision for Jeff Hafley to handle. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you, Kosa. God bless you guys. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy your days, and catch you next time. Once again, fins up, guys. Fins up.